Y'all know what it is, what it is, and what it ain't. This what it is, though. Shout out to everybody doing their thing. Now is the time that we celebrate. We celebrate Father's Day. It's a bad stigma around Father's Day. So we hope to edge the narrative today. Representing, I got my man from Frocast, one half of the AKAs, my man King JERM. Talk to me. What's good, brother?
Going on there, fellas. Happy Father's Day, early Father's Day to all the ones out there, man. You know,
appreciate it.
Don't none of y'all niggas cook on the grill Sunday now. We ain't gonna eat. We ain't cooking on the grill Sunday for ourselves now. We ain't doing that shit. Fuck.
I mean, if you don't do it, who gonna do it?
Well, we ain't gonna eat no shit. I told my family, leave me alone on Father's Day. I said, just leave me alone. I want peace and quiet. Don't call me for shit. I'm off today. I ain't fixing nothing. No Wi-Fi, nothing. I'm off.
Hey. Oh,
Facts. We got my man.
I don't know about that.
We got my man EJ, the motherfucking DJ in the motherfucking building. What's good, my guy?
Hey, sir. What's going on with y'all, man? Happy Father's Day. I'm not a father myself. I don't know why this man got me on here. I'm not qualified, but I just want to appreciate y'all for being the father. And like he said, man, if anything comes, if y'all need some cook, hey King, if you want me to come over to Florida, man, I'll get on the grill.
If you
I'll get on the grill for you.
If you
got the Eat Better Today card, you can come through. I got the Eat Better Today card. So
if you have relations with a mother, you are the father, whether it's your kid or not.
Stupid
Dog, we not. No.
I think it's a couple more qualified.
No,
we got my motherfucking brother, Hefe, big boss. Probably got more kids than me somewhere rolling around here, but you know, talk to me, brother.
Only got two, bro. Only got two.
Why are you telling all your business like this, man, bro? Like, dog.
Like, yo,
gang, like this man is the one walking around with the football team and the extra lineup in the back.
I was about to say.
And we got my man who got his kids in the background, you know what I'm saying, looking just like him. Shout out to the kids, to the pretty little babies.
Hello.
Shout out to my man. He's somewhat a co-host of At the House, but we don't see him too often. He's like, comes around when
I got a regular job. That's right. I gotta pay regular bills. This an honorary job, man. Y'all ain't paying me around this joint, man. Ain't paying me around this joint, man. I'm broke around this joint, man. I had to go work at Mickey D's, baby. It's ugly out here.
Oh, God damn. Come on, man. It's like that.
Hey, that $15 an hour.
I'm paying out of love, brother. Out of love.
Look. What they say?
Love don't pay the bills.
Love ain't never paid a light bill in a look.
We gonna open this up, man. The first question of the moment is, what did fatherhood, for the ones that were fathers? EJ, I got a special question.
Take your sister.
But for the ones that are fathers, what was your first moment when you became a father? That you what was going through your head the very first time, your very first child, when you had a child coming into this world? What was your
damn? I fucked up.
Wow.
Mine was that first night he came home from the hospital, and it was like 2 a.m, and I just heard a baby crying. I had to get up in the middle of the night, and I was just like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, this motherfucker crying. I was like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck we done did, bro? Like, God, hey, bro.
God damn.
I ain't gonna lie. The first time I brought my son home, when I brought my son home from the hospital and he was crying, I tapped her on the shoulder and I said, hey, the baby crying. She got up and I rolled my ass back around to sleep.
Man.
I took my ass back to sleep. I said, oh, you got him? You good? I took my ass back to sleep. And because my thing is, I don't really mess with my kids when they like 5 or 6 months. Then I get to holding them and doing all that, feeding bottles and all that. You know, I was my first kid. I was nervous, so I wasn't really messing with babies until they're like 5 or 6 months. So, you know, that was my thing. But I learned because I ended up I had one son and then I had 2 kids back to back a month apart. So by the third kid,
Slinging deck, boy.
yeah, by the third kid, I felt like I was an expert. So I had it down pat.
And then you had it down pat, and then 7 more kids.
Y'all know that little diapers
Had
commercial.
it down pat, clapping cheeks and making kids. That's all he had down pat. Stop this lying, Smash.
You got 2 full basketball teams, don't you?
Straight up,
Facts.
9 kids.
Facts. And I'm gonna tell you, my kids, when I first became a father, man, I swear that there's nothing better than that. That moment there changes you, because especially when you're a first-time father, like it changes you, you know.
I got a completely different answer for this question.
Go ahead.
Completely different answer.
Go ahead.
I tuned in right when she like dropped the news. I was like, hey, all right, cool. Like, what are we doing? All right, we keeping them? Cool. That's what's up. All right. So what name you trying to pick? All right, cool. I don't want that name. This is name right here. Bam. All right.
So you just went through the motions. That's basically what you did, bro.
Look, what you eating? No, that's not good. We gonna have to change all that up. We got to get you some Greek yogurt and some fish and all that. We got to do all that.
He said Greek yogurt.
He said Greek yogurt. He said Greek yogurt.
Hey, almonds and the whole nine. The
fruit, classical music in the stomach, huh? You had to play that.
Hey, with the headphones on.
He was not letting his kids listen to drill music.
No, sir. No drill music, sir. No drill music, sir. I can't do that, sir. Sorry, sir.
Hey.
No,
So
I jumped right in the role.
Okay, so tell me, okay, this is for everybody. Tell me what did you learn coming up that you still apply to your children today, or what was something that sticks with you that when you have children, when you decide to have children, what is something that you feel like you want to teach them that your father taught you? What is
like everything? I think I've come to a point in my life where I look at my father and it's just like, I look at everything that we endured from the time that he took custody of me. And it's just like, I find myself now, everything that taught me, I apply that to my everyday routine with my children. And back then I looked at it like, man, whatever, fuck you tripping. But now the older I've got and the more mature I've become, you know, I thank him every day because he instilled a lot of good values in me, even though he was a hard ass on me, but it was what was at that time.
That's what's up.
Tough because I got 2 girls, but still I have to be tough enough to teach them how to avoid a lot of different situations, because it's a lot different when you're raising girls. It's not easy raising girls with a single father.
Facts.
You know,
Yeah.
Facts.
Mine, I'm going through my everyday routine with them.
Yeah, cause with girls, it's like there's that fine line. You can't be too strict and you can't be too loose. You gotta, it's that perfect balance, because if you're too strict, then as soon as they get out your eyesight, they running loose. If you're too loose, then they're gonna be all like, it's just, so you gotta kind of toe that line with the girls. Like with dudes, with boys, you know, you can break your foot off in their ass if you got to, but it's supposed to be a teachable moment. Like me, I thank my father for not being around, for making me a great father. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I ain't gonna be like that fuck nigga. Like I said, I ain't gonna be like him. I said, if I have kids by a woman, I'm gonna marry this woman. I'm gonna stay with this woman, and I'm gonna keep that unit together no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So my father being absent actually made me a better father. Now I had male role models, like my grandfather, his brothers, you know, niggas in the neighborhood, you know, all kinds of shit. You know, I just didn't have that dad unit. You know what I'm saying? You know, but I think that
father figures, but you didn't.
Yeah, I had father figures. Yeah. Well, you know, my pops lived in my same town. I never seen a nigga. You know, I seen a nigga maybe 7 times my whole life, and we lived in the same city. And that shit, like, I was like, damn, bro, like, You know, as a kid, it fuck with you because you like, damn, this motherfucker don't want to fuck with me and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the situation between him and my mom was. I was a kid. I ain't know that shit. And so, but him being absent made me better. I attribute that to him. You know.
EJ, talk to me, brother.
You're gonna put me on the spot when I told him what was going on, but
you know what? And I feel like I just want to hear, you know how it was coming up for you, brother. You know, because I've told some of the stories about my dad, so it's always interesting to hear other people's stories. So consider this paying homage, brother. We here.
First off, my dad was Edward Joseph Beauty Sr. So I'll let y'all figure out the rest. He was the senior. My dad was, I'm not gonna say he was a hard man, but he was basically he was a type that basically came right out of high school, went into the oil field, started working, no college degree. He was just a hard-working man. Smash asked this question earlier. He's like, what if I ever have kids, what will I instill that I've learned from my father? It would be the work ethic. My dad was hardworking, and so am I. My story was 18 years of retail. I did nothing but work. Worked my way through college, even though I didn't graduate, and still was in the workforce. Just trying to survive. That's all we know how to do was surviving, and that's what my dad did, survive. Even though he didn't have no college education, he did what he had to do to survive. I was fortunate to have him in my life. Did we bump heads? Yes, we did, but he was supposed to. He was supposed to, because fathers will always tell you they don't want you to be like them. They want you to be better than them.
I tell my son that every day.
That's the key thing fathers will always tell their kids. Smash, I know he got with his sons that he tell them every day, don't be me, be better than me.
Facts, man.
Yeah,
don't be me, be better than me. I don't want you to be me at all. Be better.
Because I got 8 boys. So 8 boys and 1 daughter. So it's a struggle. But
nigga Lonzo off training day. God damn, he can't miss.
He's surgical with it.
Surgical with it.
The
thing about it is it's like with
do it turn to the left? Hey?
Man, I don't know, man.
Bro, we not about to get involved in this, man. Nah, we ain't about to get involved in this type of conversation. Nah.
You know, you just making linebackers and shit. What's
man,
up?
I don't know what's going on, man.
Hell no.
Yeah.
I appreciate the laugh. I appreciate the laugh because, like, talking about my dad. I just told Smash June 3rd. That's a 2-year anniversary. Passed from liver cancer.
My grandfather, he passed away on Father's Day 2013, I do believe. I think that's the year on Father's Day he passed away, and I was just like, that right there, like it just soured for me. You know what I'm saying? It just soured for me.
Yeah.
Like Father's Day going forward, God, like damn, this man died on Father's Day. Like damn. Like
you know, before Father's Day for me, so you could tell that this month kind of hit me. This year kind of hit me hard.
It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet.
Well,
because like hold on, man. Like our fathers, they taught us how to be like, you know, fathers back in the day. They just knew they didn't give you too much love, but they gave you a lot of. They were providers. You know, they showed you how to make an honest living, and you know, you couldn't really come to them and open up, and you know, like dads back in the day, they ain't tell you they loved you all the time and all that, but you knew they loved you. They wasn't no. It was just
you gotta think about it. Well, you gotta think about it. Back in the days when I'm pretty sure we've had discussions about this. Fathers at that time, they really couldn't love because of the simple fact they had so much to do. They were the providers of the house.
Yep.
They had to make sure the bills were paid. They made sure the wife was comfortable, but they had to make sure the kids were comfortable. So a lot of times, when do they have any time to themselves? When they got to get up in the morning at the crack of dawn, going to work.
Can't complain.
They can't complain.
I don't know. I don't know about that, fellas.
Well, look, my thing was, hold on, Big V. My thing was, my pops, he was like super hard on me, and I always felt singled out about it. And then at 14, I had moved back to Chicago with my mom's. I couldn't take living with this man no more. Like, you know, it had completely changed. He got married and he was completely whipped. And it changed my dynamic with him because I watched a woman tell him what to do and how to do it. And it was like, oh no, man, I'm
like
good.
You like that.
I'm good. So he did me so bad that when I left, when I got on that bus and headed back to Chicago, I said, yo, I don't have nothing else to say to you. And I meant that. And for 4 years straight, I had nothing to say to him. Nothing. No conversation, none of that. He would reach out, but I wouldn't reach back. I felt like, man, you really did me the worst kind of way that you could do me. I felt like you treated me like crap the last 4 years that I was with you. So flashback to 4 years after that, we didn't speak. And then he ended up having a stroke. And I was in Minnesota. He was in Chicago visiting. And I was in Minnesota visiting. So when I found out that he had a stroke, man, that hit me hard. It hit me hard because it was like, even though me and him, we're not speaking,
at the end of the day,
it's still my dad. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to him. So I ended up rushing back to Chicago and seeing him, and he's better now. He's better. He's not moving how he used to, but he's better. So we ended up speaking again for the first time in 4 years. He got to know that, you know, hey, I don't hate you. The conversation went like this: I don't hate you. I'm not too fond of how you did me, but at the end of the day, the past is the past. It's time to turn that chapter. And ever since then, it's been better. I'm not gonna say it's been smooth sailing, but it's been better. So growth. Yeah, because right. I almost ended up losing this man because they said he almost didn't make it. So it was rough. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time on my way back to Chicago, I was just thinking, please don't let shit happen to this man before I get back. Because, you know, I feel like it's so much that wasn't said that had to be said. So I got a second chance to make that right. And now, you know, with all my kids, he's actually learning how to be a better grandfather than he was a father. So for that, I commend him for that, because I didn't always have the rough life, but my kids love him. So, hey, you couldn't do right by me how I wanted to, but they love you. So this is like your chance at redemption here. My father's from down south. He really didn't know how to love because he wasn't taught how to love. So down south, it's a different breed. They don't believe
how to work. We talk how to provide the family.
Yeah, they don't. What it is. He wasn't. He didn't get told I loved you and hugs and all that shit. So he didn't know how to adapt and raise us. But I commend him for trying, because he did teach us a lot. A lot of my methods that I learned about being a father, I learned from him. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm stern on my kids, but I'm also giving them the love, because I know being stern and not giving out love is just, you know, these kids are going to rebel eventually. They're going to grow up, they're going to rebel, and that's going to start a whole new cycle. They're going to treat their kids like that, and their kids are going to treat their kids. So it's just a whole recycle. Big V, what your thoughts is, man? I know I ain't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no. It's all respect, man. I had it a little different. I grew up with my stepdad, who is only 8 years older than I am.
Wow.
So I had a lot of like a different experience. You know what I mean? He still works for like Union Pacific, if I'm not mistaken, at the railroad. He's been there for like 25 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And like a lot of it was like you guys said, like just working hard and the dedication to work ethic. You know,
You're muted. You're on mute.
a lot of it was like, you know, like, oh, you know, I got this time to myself. My dad liked to produce music, so he would have me, you know, sitting in on stuff with him, and like he'd be writing and like, hey, what do you think about this? And I feel like being like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like this is me showing you a part of myself that I don't get to show people all the time. You know what I mean? And I think that was his expression of love for me as, you know, one of his kids. For me, you know, it's real similar, but I'm also just a big softy. Like just a big softy, you know. My kids just dogpiled me right before I jumped on, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And like I get that like a lot of men our age don't experience that. So it's a little odd, but I think we need to break those cycles. Because realistically, if we not expressing love and saying that we love our kids and showing that we love our kids beyond monetary things and beyond, well, I fed you, you know what I'm saying? So you should know I love you. I gave you the house, the clothes, you know what I mean? Here, you can have my old car, all that. You know what I mean? You got to be able to say, hey, look, I love you. And I work hard so that one day you won't have to work.
That's the same thing my dad.
You know
that's the same thing my dad said, because he worked in the oil field services. That's the one thing he's always said. I work hard so you don't have to.
So you don't have to. Yeah.
Now, did y'all see the movie Fences?
Yeah,
yes, I've seen it. Yeah, a great movie.
The movie with Denzel Washington and
it was a real good movie.
No, it wasn't. It was not a good movie. It's a good play. It was a terrible movie because it was in one setting and too much dialogue. Like let's be honest.
Come on, man. It was a good movie, man.
No, I mean, I get the meaning of it, but it was a better play than it was a movie. The play is right.
You ain't never seen Fences?
No.
Don't waste your time.
So basically, Fences is just it's and I recommend y'all go check it out. Basically, Denzel Washington played a hard, old school ass daddy, who was really, really super tough on his son, and he had a good marriage, married to a good woman, and he messed around with her and had a baby. Now the baby mama died, and he asked his wife to step up and help take care of this baby, because that was the Christian thing for her to do. I guess she was like a real big Christian. And
no, it wasn't just a Christian thing to do. You got to think about it. Back in the day, we had a black family unit.
Yeah.
So whether or not, you know, kids came about, them kids gonna get taken care of. Right. It wasn't none of that. It ain't none of that was going on now. It was just like, yo.
She stopped dealing with him on the level that she once did. But she did take care of that baby until he died. And he had ran the son off. He had did the son so bad, the son had went off to the Army or the Navy or some shit. And
because the son wanted to play sports. He
discouraged the son from playing sports. Like the best thing he said in that movie was the son asked him, how come you don't like me? And he said,
I think I've heard this line.
It ain't my job to like you. You just make sure that I do right by you. You know what I'm saying? I give you clothes, I give you shelter, I give you food. I ain't gotta like you. You know, I do my job. And I thought like I got the meaning behind that, because that he speaks for a lot of, and I'm not saying every, but a lot of fathers feel that way. Is that
old school?
Yeah, a lot of old school fathers feel that way.
Yeah,
but we got to remember,
you can't say that to these kids nowadays, man. You gonna
I'm gonna say because I like my kids. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
I like my kids. My son is hilarious. He's talented.
Fact.
Let's get one thing straight though, Space. You cannot repeat what that man said on fences to these kids now. You will lose them quick.
Oh yeah.
My son came to me one day. He's like, Dad, I just want to be honest with you. I said, what's up? He's like, I really don't like when you yell at me. And I thought about that, and I was just like, if I would have said that to my mama or something, she would have got in my face and been like, oh, you don't like me yelling? You don't like me yelling? You know what I'm saying?
You saw the black off this backhand coming right.
And then when your daddy got home, oh, you really was finna get your ass whooped.
I told you, I got my ass whipped by my daddy one time. I'll never let it happen again because I woke up, didn't know what the hell happened the next day.
He was like that TikTok video. The girls talking shit.
All I saw was a black fist coming right at my head, and then I woke up the next morning. Mama, what happened?
I got a question. So, what was some of y'all favorite TV fathers? Like, who did you grow up watching?
Bill Cosby. I'm sorry, I gotta say it. Bill Cosby. I was born and raised in 1984.
Bill Cosby.
My number one TV dad is Al Touchdown Bundy, nigga. That's my
Okay, all right.
What the fuck them kids was a person?
Yeah.
Al Bundy was
Al Bundy, man. Listen, as a married man, go back and watch Married with Children now. You'll be like, damn, man. Al Bundy, he the most realistic dad of them all. Like,
what about Carl Winslow?
Yeah, Carl was
hardworking man. Yes,
Uncle Phil.
Fucking Julius from Everybody Hate Chris.
That's who I was finna say. That's my inspiration right there. Julius from Everybody Hates Chris. I am that fiscally responsible. I swear.
This is $2.75 worth of spilled milk.
Well, I turn off lights.
That's 19 cents worth of energy.
I turn off lights. I unplug refrigerators.
Somebody gonna drink this
microwaves. Milk. I don't play no games when it come to my bills, man. Like I am just like that.
We forgot about James.
Who?
James Evans.
Oh, man.
Facts.
Look. Hey, we gotta take some points off James, man, because James had a good job, but his family was still living in the projects, though. We were like, what the hell? James had a good job.
Don't do that, Jared. Don't do that.
No.
James had several good jobs, brother. I was like,
they was making their head above water for real.
Hey, that man said keeping him in the project kept him humble, man, kept him stable. That's how he kept his family together, man.
Shout out to Carl Winslow, man. We don't give Carl Winslow a lot of credit, man, but Carl Winslow was a dope father too, man. But
definitely did his thing.
Yeah. Man, I think a lot of times TV dads are like, I watch shit like Full House.
Right.
Because it gave you a different side. You had three dudes raising daughters. Like I thought, like, yo, that shit.
Full House speak to you, didn't it? Full House really did speak to you.
Full
House really did speak to you.
Literally. What's the other show? All the 8 of us and all that shit.
All of my children.
I'm trying to tell you, man. A lot of times TV and some of my fondest memories with my dad was we would watch. All he watched was Westerns.
Of course, old black man. That's what they watch.
Hey, that's old black man shit.
I'm about to say old black man shit. Gunsmoke, all that shit.
He watched Westerns and he watched Batman.
The number one old school daddy Western. The good, the bad, the ugly. That was played every single time.
And he watched Batman. Y'all remember Batman with the words? Like when they hit somebody, the words will pop over on the screen. Like to this day, I be waking Shantae up with this shit because I'm so used to it. I like Batman. I watch the old school Batman, and she be getting mad as hell at me because she be thinking motherfuckers fighting her in her sleep because all she hears pow, pow, boom, boom. I'm like, yo, chill out. It's just the TV. So, Old school TV, man. Westerns, Bonanza, Gunsmoke, all that shit, all them old movies and Lean on Me and all that shit. This is what he would put on for us to watch. We wasn't able to watch junk TV. You know what I'm saying? I think the most raunchiest movie I watched with him that he sat down and watched was The Wood. And he ain't like that shit.
I think for me, it was trying to beat him in Madden. It was trying to beat him in Madden. It was like, I'll be playing and he'd be like, boy, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, well, I'm doing pretty good. Like, I got this. Why you in my business? All right, come on, go on, put it on. And if I beat you, you got to get off the game. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, you demolish me 87 to like 6. Like, what do I do with that?
At this point, you just stop playing.
Right. Like, just, all right, cool. I was having fun. Thanks for ruining it, Dad. Okay.
My dad, the only game that he played was Killer Instinct, and he would whoop our ass. Like, he would whoop our ass. This was when I still couldn't believe that he was this good at this fucking game. He never played shit else, but he played Killer Instinct. He would take us out and we would go hooping. And if we won, he would make us play until he beat us.
Well, I guess you never won because your game is huff.
For me, for me, my dad was one of those athletes. He had a nickname to him. He grew up in Southdown. He grew up in Southdown Middle School, where everybody used to call him Flash. He played track, he played football, he played basketball, he played everything. So yeah, with me,
I feel like that's everybody that. Everybody.
Yeah, so me, it wasn't even about beating them in Madden. It was about beating them in sports.
Facts.
And when I finally caught,
I skipped that. I was like, yeah.
For me, it was about beating him in the church choir, because that's the only type of shit he let us do.
You talking about your dad? You talking about your,
so you lost too, huh?
Don't eggs. Don't get it.
So you lost too, huh?
EJ, you talking about how your dad was in sports? Think of this: my mom was all state in basketball, volleyball, and
shout out to mom, man.
Her number retired at her school, so I said, "Oh, I'm not going to that high school right there. Like, there's no way."
You gotta live up to that.
Can you hear yourself being compared to your mama? Man, your mama was all sport, man. Your mama made all team, man, and you couldn't do it. I'm cool.
No.
Second of all,
this ain't the place for me.
As much as women who raise their kids, who do an excellent job and deserve all their flowers, we have to stop this narrative that we can tell women Happy Father's Day. That shit's not cool.
Who do that? You will get cussed out. And I'm not even like that, but I will cuss you out for telling a woman.
I don't sound like that. You're not a father. You're a mother.
You're a mother.
You can't teach a boy how to be a man.
Look, you definitely can't. Man.
And that includes studs. No disrespect. That includes y'all.
Oh, it's all disrespect. They got the biggest misconception that they are men or they can raise men. You can't raise men.
Lord.
You sit down and piss. You bleed every month. You got titties, bitch. Go sit your ass down somewhere.
Wait, hold on.
Them LGBT is coming after us already.
Hey, the LGBT.
No, I said no disrespect. So hey,
he did disrespect. He did disrespect.
F.A. Jones did.
When you the most,
he did disrespect at all. Yeah.
I need a disclaimer on this episode, man.
I think it's dope. You know how Tupac talked about his mama and dear mama and all that. I thought it was dope. But my thing is,
the Bitter Baby Mama Brigade started all the shit. The BBBs, the triple Bs, the Bitter Baby Mama Brigade. They started this motherfucking shit. They act like they do it by themselves when your kids be at your mama house all the time. I'm like, nah, you can't be,
oh my God,
sure. Bro, I was having a full-fledged argument with a girl I went to school with online, talking about some, I'm mama and daddy, don't nobody help me. I was like, I'm like, your kids always at your mama house. Like, what you talking about?
Oh, hey,
we should shout out your mama more than we shout out you for Mother's Day, cause shit, that's who got them.
You dropping them off after, man. Come on now.
If you got enough time to go to Vegas,
Tulum, Miami, Houston,
you can go to Vegas, right? You know what I'm saying? You can do those, and each of those is for a week.
Hey, y'all not asking the right questions. How the hell y'all get the money to go to Vegas? Is what I'm.
Baby daddy,
you know how they got the money. You know how they got the money. That brother is on child support, being forced not to see his kids. That's how they got that money. Like, let's be real. Because that single mama narrative is a motherfucker. And people be seeking it. I don't get it. Like, why would you want that?
It's a good deal,
you know it.
It's a good deal. It's a life of comfort, man.
To the aid office and tell them your baby ain't got no daddy. They gonna give you all this money, girl.
Hey, somebody posted. I forgot when it was, but somebody had posted a picture talking about this lady said, "Why do I have 4 baby daddies? I get 100,000 child support from each of them. That stabilizes the kids, that stabilizes myself, and stabilizes my house." That's basically what that post said.
She said, my question to you is why you ain't got 4 baby daddies.
You remember that. You remember that, right?
Now think about that narrative, though, right? Motherfucker gonna read that, and now all of a sudden, that's the go-to.
Again, that's what happened in the New Deal when they took taking the whole projects and taking this aid and stuff. It was like, look, you can stay here, but your man can't. We know somebody knocking you up, but the man can't stay here. You can stay here all you want to. Pay me $2 a month for rent, get the free food stamps, blase, squaze, and then they took that deal.
And then you look. Well, you wasn't doing nothing, no way. Meanwhile, you go to work every day. You come home. She got every pair of Jordans. All the kids.
I will say this. I have been the first. I've said this a while. Child support is support for the child.
Yep. Yeah, right. Not for you to get your nails done. Not for you to get your hair done. Not for you to buy that new outfit for the club.
Hey, that game is
food, not weed and all the other shit.
That game is as old as apple bottom right now, dog. I'm trying to tell you, man. They've been running it for a real long time, man. And as long as it's available to them, they're gonna keep running that gambit, bro.
And as long as the people in power give them the authority to abuse the whole child support, it's gonna happen. Yeah.
Let me ask y'all this: what did this woman give y'all for y'all to lay down and decide, hey, I want you to have my baby?
Which one?
Gonna go there, Smash. You already said.
I lay down with a lot of them that I said I want her to have a baby, but only one did.
I mean,
he already said the answer without saying it, bro. He smiled under his. You know what the damn answer was.
He's smarter than the average mouth. Smarter than the average mouth. We know. But for those out there who are listening, who may not be attuned to what is going on, why not tell her?
She had some damn watch.
But y'all telling every chick y'all laying down with to have y'all baby, and it just
here's coming from the man that got 9 kids. Really?
Right? Because I got
two. You really gonna go there?
Yeah, I got 2.
I got 2.
You really gonna go there?
Okay. In my
definition of the movie Baby Boy, right there.
In my defense, I got 3 kids by one person. I got 2 kids by one person, and I got 5. My wife got a set of twins. So,
but that's 5 that you'd have made by yourself, telling them to lay down and have my baby. Smash. Don't even try to skip.
I don't even think he told him. I think he was just
And man went in there, busting the club up.
I'm never big on the have my baby bullshit. I never big. If it happens, we deal with it. That's
ladies and gentlemen, the Chicago version of the movie Baby Boy.
Look. Baby boy shot version.
I mean, shit. I just tell them, man, look, if it happens, shit, you know, because they be like, you know, you gonna pull out. I'll be like, I am not on the pull out train. You know what I'm saying?
His pull-out game is terrible. His pull-out game is terrible.
Absolute zero. I think after the first 3, they should have just put a note on the back of your
out
hand.
of a driveway, brother. So I'm not pulling out for shit.
He came back out of a driveway.
Literally, I'm not pulling out for shit. God damn it. Man, look. I told you, the 3 kids that I got with one person, I swear we just made babies and argued. So I wasn't pulling out for shit.
That was the definition of a toxic relationship.
I'm trying to tell you, and it was like the more we argued, the more babies.
Because that's how y'all made up.
And his head got on straight after the 3rd one. He said, "You know what? Nah." You know,
after the 3rd one, I was like, "Yeah, this shit ain't working no more."
That ain't it. That ain't it.
3 strikes, he was out.
Facts. Like, no, I'm never big on have my baby, but if you do have my baby, my kids are my priority. It's like once me and you stop talking, it's not no longer concern of what I do. What I do is what I do. Like I seen a post and the lady was telling this dude that he couldn't get his son because he had a new girlfriend and she did not want him having sex with the girlfriend while their son was visiting. I said, but he asked her, he said, don't you and your guy have sex when they're there? And she said that didn't matter because she has them every day, all day. I said, that doesn't make any sense.
That's silly. But look, I gotta chime out real quick, fellas.
Do your thing, man.
Oh my God, put the sword down.
I appreciate you for coming through.
Go be a father, man. Go be a father.
Man, go be a father. Go save your house, brother. Go save your house.
So I got a sword on my mantle, and my son just picked it up. That's a recipe for disaster. Like I don't want to go to the hospital like the week before Father's Day.
It ain't no Hattori Hanzo or nothing, is it? He ain't got to worry about it.
I mean, pretty, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't moving, though. He picked up that sword. You ain't moving.
He's still sitting there.
You still sitting there.
Hey, if he lose a finger, I guarantee you,
that'll make a hell of a rap song. He'll blow up. He'll blow up.
I was 7 and I lost a finger.
And we got okay. What are some of the traits that y'all kids picked up or that y'all picked up from y'all?
So
I'm
gonna answer this one and I'm gonna jump off. Both of my kids have my fucking attitude. If you say something to them and they feel like it's bullshit, they gonna cut you the little one too, this one too. They're gonna give you the eye and be like, yeah, all right. And my son will tell you straight up, I ain't gotta listen to you. You're not my daddy.
Facts. These little kids are bad as hell. Fathers need to raise their badass kids, man, out here in these streets. Because these kids be cursing you out. They curse. They don't know their ABCs, but they can tell you every Chief Keef song that ever existed.
That's what kills me. How the hell you don't know your ABCs, but you know every curse word in the book? Where you learn this from?
We got my man Rodish just jumped in the building, man. We just talking about fatherhood and different things about being.
That's what's up. Fatherhood is the best hood.
Facts.
Yes, sir, man. Let me get up out of here, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you later.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I've been a proud member of fatherhood since 2007. You know, our colors are orange and whatever. You know, so we represent. When you're rocking around with orange, that's how you can always tell who's a father out here because they got a whole bus load of kids with them. You know what I'm
Speak for
saying?
yourself. You got the family reunion, you got damn
Boy, I'm
t-shirts
telling
on.
you.
You nigga gotta wear the same, so they go off places like a damn field trip.
Nah, man, I keep my kids with the same colors on so I can find their ass, cause I ain't got time for it.
He got his things dressing up like a basketball squad.
I ain't got time for it, man.
Driving around in the church van and shit.
So back to the question. The question was, what type of traits and habits and hobbies did y'all pick up, or did y'all kids pick up from y'all, or that you picked up from your dad or whatnot? What are some of the things that you picked up? Like for me, handyman. Like I like fixing shit. My dad was a painter. He was a handyman. He was a maintenance man. It wasn't too much he could not do with shit that was broken. Like, for instance, y'all might have had box springs for a bed. I didn't have a box spring. I had 2 cardboard boxes, one at the top with tape, one at the bottom with tape, and a door. A door was my box spring, and a mattress was on top of it. You know what I'm saying? That was my box spring. He was a creative ass motherfucker. I hated that shit, but it is what it is,
This nigga was sleeping like a J. Like, God damn.
I had a comfortable ass bed, but the box spring, so now I kind of pass some of this shit on to my kids and shit. I be Mr. Fixing around the house, fixing shit. If I ain't have super glue, I use bubble gum and all type of shit. I be around here just fixing up shit.
Oh, hell no. This boy, this ain't no damn handyman. This ain't no damn handyman. Nah, he gonna go into somebody's house talking about got his drawers around the pipe. That was smash handiwork.
Give me a penny, a paper clip, a piece of gum, and that bread tie over there, and I get it done.
Duct tape. Don't forget the duct tape.
Yeah. You gotta have the duct tape. But as far as me, man, my kids, man, they clowns like I am. Like, we have JONEZ sessions in the house. Like, you better be on point, cause motherfucker gonna check your ass early. Like, they'll see you in the morning, and we just joning. Like, that's what me and my kids do. Like, any time of day, anybody can get it, and we just have fun. And they get that sense of humor from me, not their mama. Their mama, she fun, but she more serious. You know what I'm saying? But I'm, my daughter is more like me. My son look like me, but my daughter act just like me. You know what I'm saying? She is.
That's daddy's girl. That's why.
Yeah, but no, she act like me. Like she's a clown.
I married let me tell you something, man. I married the 3rd oldest of my father-in-law's daughters. My father-in-law got 4 daughters. I married the 3rd oldest. When I tell you their mannerisms identical, I was like, bro, this is ridiculous. And they love their father. So I can't tell them nothing.
Rodis, what about you, brother?
Hey, my dad, he was a cool motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? And he was a good dresser. So I think that's what I pick up from him, like his style and shit. And he's just a cool dude, and he knew how to communicate with people. I think that's what I picked up from him. Also, he was a hard worker. I'm a hard worker, but I choose to work smart because I used to be cutting the grass, shoveling the snow, emptying garbage. But a lot of that stuff build character and value. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as my kids, my oldest daughter, she got a lot of my mannerisms from when I used
Daddy's
to
girl.
hustle. She like that. She
Daddy's little girl. Yep.
She be like, man, daddy, but I got three girls, and they all could come talk to me and holler at me about whatever. Like even guys, it's important as fathers, if you got girls, you show them how to be treated by a man. You take them out on dates to McDonald's from when they little all the way till you grown. Like, my daughter's like, this nigga told me he gonna take me to Hamadas. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be impressed by that shit?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I've been going here. What can you do? What can you bring to the table?
Fact.
Yep.
And
Sound
my
like my
son-
father-in-law. My father-in-law said the same thing to me. I was like, oh my goodness, bro. All I want to do is just love your daughter the way I want to love her. And you know, I ain't trying to make.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Fathers used to tell me, "You just want to fuck my daughter, huh?"
They
And
knew your damn. First of all, they knew your damn reputation. Let's not sugarcoat this shit. They knew your damn reputation. The first day they saw you,
shit.
they call you Smash. Oh, you Big Smash. Okay.
Oh, no, because okay, so back in the day, I had a CD, and it was
Oh my goodness.
it was like had like 2 songs on it. It was tongue.
Was this
flicker.
Freaky Thug, Romantic Gentleman?
It was the tongue flicker CD.
Oh my goodness.
And she had it, and he went through her bag and seen her with it. And he saw my face on the cover. So when I showed up,
he knew what time it was. He knew what time it was.
I don't know what kind of party you think this is, young man, but
ain't that type
this
of
is
party.
not that party.
You ain't flicking your tongue on my daughter.
So I think fathers, as especially the ones with daughters, you cannot impress us with your money and all that. We don't give a fuck about that shit, honestly.
Absolutely.
You know, when my daughter is allowed to date when she's like 40 or some shit, it's not gonna be about
wait 100%
40.
Because
your daughter really gonna escape your ass, bro.
I try to tell him like, yo, you don't have to worry about me. She got 8 brothers. You deal with them. I'm gonna be too
your
old.
daughter's gonna run away. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Your daughter is going to run away.
She got 8 brothers. I ain't got time to be chasing these little young boys and doing all that. My son's gonna be on guard.
Your son's gonna run her.
She gonna have a full body escort everywhere she go. Like her little brothers, my 2-year-old and my 3-year-old, are the most protective over her. I don't know why, but they are the most protected over her. You can't sit by her. You can't look by her. Yeah, she older than them. Yeah.
You know what? She didn't cuff them. She didn't cuff them and show them everything. And they so appreciative of that shit. They like, man, if you fuck with my sister, that's your ass.
They be ready to fight when it come to her. Even they older brothers, they don't play when it come to her. And I'm like, you know what? This is what I can appreciate. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, I try to teach my kids. The one thing that I try to get is to teach my kids togetherness. Like,
hey,
if y'all
don't be surprised if your daughter runs away. That's all I'm saying.
If y'all can't work with each other and y'all go out here and y'all treat the world better than y'all treat each other, then y'all don't need to hang out with the world. Treat each other better first. Because at the end of the day, that's all y'all gonna have. The world ain't gonna give a fuck. I teach them to play with each other. And I ain't got no friends. You right. Your brothers and sisters are your friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Them your friends. Them who you ride to when you in a tight situation. Right. Them. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't as close with my brothers and sisters as I wanted to, but I am now. You know what I'm saying? I love my brothers and my sisters, and it came from a product of my dad. My dad raised us like, if I got in trouble, say me and my brother was fighting, he wouldn't just whoop one of us, he'll whoop both of us. And I'd be like, yo, he hit me. What the fuck? He hit me.
You gotta look at it from this perspective. My dad, me and my sister were all we got, and my sister was the oldest, so I'm the baby of the family. He raised us completely different, to the point to where if she got in trouble,
it was
they would make sure that I would never do the exact same shit that my sister did. Like, how the hell y'all want me to do the exact same shit? And I'm different. I'm a dude. Bruh, y'all asses is really just like getting on me for some shit that I ain't got no control over.
Erotis, what was your first thoughts when you became a father for the first time?
Me?
Yeah.
Man, the first kid that I conceived with a girl, it was born dead. But you know, I was happy that a motherfucker, I was doing everything for her, and like her family and shit, they thought like, you know, he ain't good enough for her, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. You know, and my baby was born, you know, was born dead. And that shit fucked me up. I was like, man, I ain't good enough, or, you know, some shit like that. But I knew better than that shit. I was like, man, maybe, you know, God help me bite the bullet with this stupid ass bitch, because it would have been a lot of problems. Sorry, ladies, you know, I ain't, you know, but she was fucked up. But my oldest daughter, man, she looked just like me, you know. She grown now, and she tell me like, man, you know, I used to wonder why my mama used to be on, you know, bullshit. It's because I look like you, I got your mannerisms, we just alike, you know what I'm saying? So I was happy, shit. My daughter looked like my twin and shit. You know what I'm saying?
So
I was happy. You know, I used to take her to the lab with me. You know, I was the one doing everything at the school and all that shit. You know, her mama thought she was doing something like, I'm not coming up to no school. I ain't paying for no private school. I was like, I didn't ask you to. Shit,
right.
I ain't asked you to do shit, you know. So,
JERM,
you know.
my man JERM, what do you think, if you could critique yourself, what do you think was the worst mistake that you made as a father that you learned that you wasn't gonna repeat on your second and third and however many others? What would you say was a learning lesson for you that you knew that you were never gonna repeat again?
One time my son, he was getting in trouble at school. Like, and it was just basically him just, you know, being a young boy, talking, playing around, whatever. And I told him, I said, this teacher called me again, it's gonna be me and you. And, you know, he probably was about 7 years old then. So, and that teacher called, and I was just angry that day. And I whooped him while I was angry. And then after I did that, I was just like, I only whooped him because I was mad. You know what I'm saying? And then it made me think like, I'm not gonna whoop my kids no more. I'm gonna find a better way to parent. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna talk to them. I'm gonna read that, because these, you know, like that mentality has been passed down for generations of, oh, just whoop. Like, how you gonna whoop somebody and say you love them? And I'm doing it out of love. And, you know, and then people say that stupid shit, well, if you don't whoop your kids, they'll go to jail. You know how many niggas in jail got whoopings? I guarantee every last one of them niggas in jail got a whooping. So that shit don't keep you out of jail. And so at that moment, I said, you know what? I ain't whooping my kids. I'm not gonna do it. I ain't never hit my daughter, but my son, you know, like he said, he was a boy. I figured like that's what you're supposed to do. But I ain't whooped that boy in over a decade. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I know what to do now. Like, he likes his electronics, his freedom and shit like that. If I want to hurt him, that's how I get him. Like that.
That's how you get with all these millennials now. You got to where it hurts.
Hey.
Yeah, whooping shit. No. Go ahead.
You can learn a lot from a lesson. I'm gonna tell you some slick shit that I do as a parent. I don't take the device, I take the power supply from their ass, and then I had them come and ask me where it's at. And I'll be like, how are you gonna ask me about your shit?
Facts. I'm gonna start doing that. Don't even trip. Thanks for that idea.
But my thing is like I said, I completely.
I'm gonna do that with the missus too.
I completely got my ass whooped. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I already told you about that hit with my dad, and I just woke up the next morning not knowing what the hell happened. But I guess it's like what JERM said. For these new kids, they don't reciprocate that type of actually discipline. You know what I'm saying? You really got to hit them where it hurts. Nowadays, these kids more about their electronics. You know, they're more about their cell phones and everything else like that. So what you do, you take away their cell phone. You take away, like my man Rose said, you take away they plug in for the electronics. You take away their power source. Hey man,
I don't know.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
Since you say that if I beat you, you're gonna call the people on me. I'm gonna take your devices and I'm gonna move it along.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all know what else, gangster? Do y'all got Comcast for internet?
Yeah.
They got a thing where you can only block one person shit off. So my daughter, you know, she in college now. she's so motherfucking smart. I had everybody bring their device in the living room and shit, and none of her shit worked because I blocked her only, but she didn't know that shit.
Oh, he on some next level stuff with him. Okay, yeah, I need to learn from you, man. You on some next level stuff here. you got disciplining these millennials down to a T.
JERM, did it ever get to the point? Did it ever get
so smart? They smart. I don't mean to cut you off. They so smart, but they don't got no experience. They never had to be on punishment for 6 months at a time and shit, you know?
Did it ever get to a point, JERM, that your wife ever said, you know what, you too hard on them?
Say that with me about the son all the time. Cause you know, mamas love their sons and daddies raise their sons. That's the difference.
But that's the thing.
Mama gonna always, you could be fussing at your son. Why you gotta be?
Facts.
There's always gonna be the daddy's a little girl, but there's always gonna be the mama's
boys. Yeah.
You know how mamas is about they, but like you too hard on them. Why you gotta be? And I'm in my head thinking like, baby, this nigga gonna be in the world on his own. The world is gonna be cold on him.
Thank you. I be telling I tell Shantae this all the time.
Hey,
like,
let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all a little joke. If I ever told my wife repeatedly, if we ever have a child, I don't know whether I want a girl or whether I want a son. But I'm gonna tell you something right now, baby. If you get a son, just know you're gonna have 2 knuckleheads that you're gonna be dealing with. Me and him. Because I'm telling you, what he do today, he gonna do this tomorrow. You ain't gonna be able to discipline him. You not.
And y'all know when y'all do something, mama always gonna save you. When it comes to daddy, she always gonna save you.
I think the time I'm gonna discipline my son is when he get to his teenage years, because that's when he start getting slick. And you know, trying to go in. Yeah, when he try
like my mama, I gotta say, my mama saved me from a lot of ass whoopings from my daddy. Okay, I don't know what she did, but the times I got suspended from school, the times I ain't do my homework, shit like that, I didn't get whoopings from him. I thought something was in the water. I thought he was slick. And my mom used to always come out the room and wink at me and shit. So
no, you know what she said? You know what she said to him? I'm gonna tell you exactly what she said to him. I already done whooped his ass already. You ain't got to do no more. So it's all taken care of.
No, because I'm going to tell you right now.
She lied to him. She lied to him.
My kids, when they knew they was getting a whooping from me, they mamas would try everything under the sun for me not to whoop their ass. Like they knew it was coming. So I was like, I got to the point, that shit don't work no more. All right, my son is 14. He on his way to high school. First grade, his mama kept having to go to the school for him. I wasn't going. But then it was one day she was like, you know what? I'm tired of going to the school for him. You go. I said, okay. I go to the school. He had a white teacher.
Oh, Lord.
In the middle of this classroom, it was me, him, and the teacher. I looked him in his face. He's in the first grade. I said, son, I said, if I have to come down to your house every single morning and whoop your ass, and when you get out of school, come down there and whoop your ass, I will do that shit every single day. This is my last time coming to school for you. I'm not coming to school again for you. His teacher looked at me and she was appalled, like, Mr. Boyd, you can't, lady, stop talking to me. I'm talking to him. Okay? Because this is where I gotta nip this shit in the bud, because I'm not coming to the school.
That's one thing about them teachers, boy. They want you to come here and discipline your children, but when you go to discipline their children, he's like, wait, hold on, you can't say that.
Don't call me up here and then tell me I'm too harsh.
Exactly.
My son was in the first. He was in the first grade. I have not went back to the school. His mama has not went back to the school since, and he's on his way to high school. 7 years of not having to come because he knew I meant it. I said it so calm too. I wasn't upset. I wasn't angry. I looked him dead in his opticals and said, yo, it's my last time coming up to this school for you. And the fear in his eyes,
because you was uncomfortable for the begin with, because you had a white teacher around you, so you already was uncomfortable.
Like, dude, I'm not doing this, and I'm very proud of him. He's an honor roll student. He's a very stay to himself kid. He doesn't be out here playing around. He would rather sit in the house and read a book or play on his phone or play on Xbox or something to himself. He tolerates his brothers and sisters, but he doesn't tolerate them. Like, he'll deal with y'all for a little bit, and then it's on. He pimped off in the attic somewhere reading a book or something. Like, that's the kind of kid he is. So, my wife, Shantae, she got two twin boys, and she swears I'm super hard on them. And I just have to tell her, like, yo, it's not that I don't love them, because I do. I'm super hard on them because this mama's baby, mama's boy mentality.
How old are they?
6, about to be 7. And I love them. I love them with all my heart. But we have to break them out of this cycle, out of this mode that, you know, she feels like she can solve every problem, or they feel like mama gonna do everything. Mama gonna fix it.
That's mama though. You can't don't change that.
Don't change
you gotta
that.
understand, kid. She only gonna have 18 years of them being her baby. So let her let her baby them for them 18 years, because you know, but you gotta be on the other hand, you gotta be the balance
when they become
teenagers.
Because when they become teenagers, ooh Lord.
This how you play it, Smash. This how you gotta do it, because you know you love Shantae, you love the twins.
Facts.
So you gotta do the good cop, bad cop shit mentally for them.
Facts.
Like, man, every time y'all do something, y'all mama be on me. This is what I need y'all little niggas to do. Y'all gotta get in unison, man. I can't even go to bed.
Because I can't wait to have them conversations. Your mama said I can't get none because I ain't got to come in here and talk to y'all first.
So look, hey, Smash, what you gotta do is, you know, so they can identify.
I can't wait till they get of age so I can have them conversations. Like, it's gonna be so dope.
I told you to close the goddamn door, bro. That's how you do it. Close the damn door.
What you do is do something like sleep on the couch. That way they'll know, like, damn, he in trouble with mommy again. Like,
I'm always on the couch or I'm always leaving. So they already know.
Damn.
That's a damn shame. That's a damn shame.
Okay. Final question. JERM, you had to talk with your kids?
Yeah, I told my son, I said, listen, man. As I know, you know, my son's 17, he'll be 18 in September. I told him straight up, I said, look, man, ain't nothing wrong being a virgin, bro. I said, don't fall into the pressure. I said, I know a lot of your friends out here having sex. And you think you're missing out on something? I said, well, you mess around and get a girl pregnant, you'll be missing out on a whole lot of things.
Oh, man.
I said, you know, I said, keep it in your pants. I said, because I said, right now, you don't know what you're doing. I said, when you don't know what you're doing, that's when you make mistakes.
That's when you need to teach him that 2-minute drill, that 2-minute offense. Omaha.
No, I don't want to teach him that at all. He don't need to master that so young. He got to get that on his own. You know, he got to learn
EJ,
on his own.
EJ, did your pops have a talk with you?
Boy, please. My pops did talk to me about that bullshit. I learned the old-fashioned way from school. Reproductive class. That's what I was like, looked at all that. It's like, Mama, that's where babies come from. She's like, yeah, that's where babies come from.
I was like, Mama, I thought you found me in the park. I was like, Mom, I thought you found me in the park. Like
that stork story was full of shit.
Did you have a talk with your pops? What was the talk like?
Man, I didn't get a chance to have a talk with my dad, because shit, I've been fucking since like 7th grade and shit.
Good Lord, have mercy.
Hey, look.
My grandmama had to talk with me. She said, look, you take control of the situation by wearing a condom, and these little bitches ain't going nowhere.
Okay,
hey, look.
So at least you wore a condom. This motherfucker here
look,
refused.
I learned because I would sit here and listen at my daddy door with him and his wife. And I learned a lot from standing in the back listening. Like, I would literally stand at the door and listen. And I learned from Playboy and I learned from the squiggly line porn. I learned from all that.
All the wrong places.
So I never had to talk with my dad per se.
Time out. You did man said squiggly line porn.
You
That's
remember
the channel that you ain't got.
You did have the full cable.
Channels
You
you
did have
ain't
the full
got.
cable.
You might see a nipple or something pop out or something, you know. So you see that shit. My daddy knew he couldn't have to talk with me because he knew that the only thing he would tell me was don't make him a granddaddy that early. I didn't make him a granddaddy till I was 20. And he just kept saying, like, boy, you just keep having them, huh? You just don't know what a condom is, do you?
Sure don't.
And so final thoughts. We're gonna start with my man Rodez. I know you came late to the party, man. Go ahead and throw some final thoughts, throw some gems out.
Hey, my final thought is it's no hood like fatherhood, and don't put nobody before your kids. Nobody.
EJ, the motherfucking DJ.
I appreciate you for having me on here talking about my dad, man. And I just want to say to everybody out there, to all the people that are fathers and all the people that have flowers, give their flowers while they're here.
Thanks.
Give the flowers while they're here, because there's going to be some days, there's going to be some years where you're going to miss them. And it's going to be hard on you. You're going to wish you did give him his flowers while he's here. So make sure that we celebrate these fathers on Father's Day. Make sure that, we give them everything that they need and make sure they have a good time. And make sure they get appreciated. That's all I ask.
Definitely. My motherfucking man, King, motherfucking JERM.
I'm just going to go out here and say, fathers, man, be the first man your daughter fall in love with. So she ain't out here doing the twerkulator challenge. She ain't on this thought shit. She ain't on this city girl summer, hot girl summer. She ain't out here looking for love in all the wrong places.
And all of a sudden she get ran on that 2-minute drill.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? She at the party, she the only girl, and it's five meats, 5 sausages, or she at the sausage party. And yeah. You know what I'm saying? So fathers, like I said, man, we gotta, the narrative they trying to teach our daughters, let's not let them daughters think that's how women move, you know what I'm saying? And so, that's my whole thing, man. And just like keep being in your family, man. Do whatever you got to do. I don't give a fuck. Don't be scared to work. I don't care if you got to do clean bathrooms, whatever you got to do to take care of your family. Don't be ashamed to do that shit, because at the end of the day, you take care of your family. And that's what we got to do.
I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. This has been a fun episode for me because it got us a chance to do, Father's Day and talk about it. Rest in peace to all people who have lost their fathers and stuff like that. Make sure y'all check on them. Them are the ones that, I say the same thing for Mother's Day. Check on them. Check on the people that have lost. You know what I'm saying? They never get over that. That's something they never get over. So at least while you out celebrating, take the time to check on the people that can't celebrate like you can. They can still celebrate, but you get to see and be around and feel and touch and talk to. So take the time to check on them. EJ, man, my condolences, brother. I mean that sincerely.
I appreciate it, man.
This is not.
I just want to say this too, to backtrack what you just said as well. I want to follow up with this. Like he said, they don't get over it. It takes time, but they will never get over it. So the best thing you can do is say, check on them.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, man. Like we a lot of times I be feeling like, man, like, am I good enough? Do I do good enough? And all it takes is that smile and that run from my kids to let me know, like, damn, I'm really doing something, because the kids watch. They watch, they learn, and they adapt.
And they listen.
So definitely take the time.
Don't ever go around this saying that kids don't listen. They listen.
Oh, yeah. Everything. Oh, my kids know more about, I probably won't never have to talk with them, because shit, they look at they did.
You need to
Please, please,
break the cycle.
man.
Break the
Please
cycle.
break that. Please break
Right.
that cycle. Please
Definitely
break that
talk
cycle.
to your children.
That
listen to your
14-year-old,
children.
please break your cycle.
Oh.
Father Abraham over here.
It's always the quiet ones.
Because his mama say, me and his mama both, we check his history logs, man. Like I call him watching porn, and I'm like,
that's how it starts.
Here we go.
That's how it starts.
Here we go.
Hey, look, hey, my son sent me like my son sent me like a little meme or something, and they had Tiana Taylor on there. And I was just like, no, Tiana Trump, that's her name, man. I was just like, how you know who she is? He was like, that's Tiana Trump. I was just like, you watching porn? He was like, yeah. So, and that's when so I asked him.
Here we go. Here we go.
I said, what kind of porn you be looking at? You know what I'm saying?
To be the drill. Hold on. Red Rock.
Hey,
real route.
Hey, King JERM, ain't nothing wrong with safe sex, brother. That's safe sex.
Yeah. I mean,
that's true.
Nothing wrong with it, but I would prefer you be a little bit older before you start doing it. Cause like I said,
how old is he?
He's 17. Like you can't even keep your room clean. I know you ain't better.
Yeah, bro. Nah, JERM. You can only suppress that for so long.
Like, hey, I know you ain't fucking because ain't nobody finna fuck in this nasty motherfucker.
Oh man, I'm telling you, I would throw shit all under the bed when I knew I was finna have company. When my mom's was at work and shit, oh, it was a wrap. We gonna
JERM, 17 years old, JERM.
17, man. I was humping at 14. So
17, JERM. That's how old he is.
Yes.
Yeah, not JERM. I'm gonna tell you right now, if he's two things, he's either about to or he's already done it. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be like Steve Harvey in Love Don't Cost a Thing. Give him a trunk full of condoms.
Jesus.
I don't use them, but hey, have at it, son.
And that's what you're gonna tell him.
Hey, look, he gonna look at you and say, "I bet you did use them, Pop." Well, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate this. I'm glad.
Every time I bring a new kid home, he's like, another one? Like, dude, you need to get it. You need to get it snipped.
You need to get it together. That boy said you need to get it together, dog.
He told me I needed to get snipped quick.
Potent. All
right, man. I appreciate you fellas, man. Happy Father's Day. Early Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Man, thank y'all for coming through and chopping it up with me, man. Y'all know what it is. It's Bet the House. We out.
Yes, sir.